Well, no need for you to adjust your television sets. I am not RJ Sheedy, but we are on the set of Talk Show with RJ Sheedy. RJ is my guest here on the Milford Informer. Having a little fun here on the set of your show, RJ. A big event for you in the history of your show here on Milford TV coming up. I want to get to that in just a little bit. But first of all, thank you for joining me on the Milford Informer. This is actually the second time we've had you on the Informer. Way back when we first started, we talked to you about the Coleman Candelario Telethon, which was a great event that you helped put on. But it's good to have you back on the show again.
Yeah, I love being here. Thank you for having me here. How do you like sitting behind the desk?
I have to say, I like the desk a lot. This is it feels like a powerful position. There's something about the desk, all of the gadgets and whatnot.
All the fun stuff, yeah.
It's a good place to be. I like it. I could get used to it.
Okay, great.
So now, obviously, again, we're using the set of your show, Talk Show with RJ Sheedy. You are about to celebrate your 50th show here on Milford TV. So when did the show first get started? When did you air your first show?
The first Talk Show with RJ Sheedy happened in 2012 at Milford High School. I was a video production student there, and that week we were doing talk shows. And I hosted my own with a group, and I ended up loving it enough to want to keep doing it. So he let me produce 5 more there, and then Milford TV came along and opened up, and I just moved shop over here, and I've been here since 2013 doing the show.
And what was your reasoning for first putting this show together? Did you always follow the late night talk shows? Was that sort of your inspiration?
Always. I always followed it. I was glued to the television set when Conan O'Brien and Jay Leno was having their feud back in 2010 over The Tonight Show, and that just captivated my attention. I was just so amazed over this universe that was late night television, and based off that, I just kept watching it, staying up later and later, and I ended up just growing to love the format, and I just wanted to do it, and I came here and I ended up being able to do it. Got my own desk. It's fun. It's fun.
Do you have one of the late night shows that's your favorite to watch, or do you spread the love?
I spread the love. My all-time favorite is definitely Conan. I respect him a lot. Jon Stewart just left there, so I'm going to miss him a lot. He really changed the format, I think, with what he does, because once he started, Stephen Colbert came along, then John Oliver, then Larry Wilmore. Jon Stewart's one of those guys that just changed the format forever, and really I think will be an icon.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an interesting experience to see the shakeup in late night TV. A lot of new faces out there. A lot of the shows are much different now than when you think back to how David Letterman's show started, or even how The Tonight Show was back in the day. It seems like there's a lot of new stuff in there.
Yeah,
so
it's
been fun to see that evolution.
One of the newest guys on there right now is this guy James Corden, who's from England. He came over here and started doing a show. And leading up to his premiere day, he kept saying, "I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know. And then he premiered, and it was amazing watching him, because a guy who had like such nervousness about doing that job at the beginning just seemed so natural in that format. It was just a bizarre thing to watch, and it's really fun to watch him evolve into an American late night talk show host.
Now,
it's really fun.
In terms of your show in particular, when you look back to how things first started and how those first few shows looked compared to what you've done now recently, do you feel like you've learned a lot along the way, and the show now is a lot different than how it was when you first started?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the minute we went live for the first time, I think that's when the show really changed. Because once we went live, I just sort of found a whole new element of the show, of interacting with the studio audience, of having to work on my feet very quickly. It just became more fun to do doing it live.
And you had an opportunity to have a pretty high-profile guest in here right around the holidays in Spike Feresten. What was that show like?
That was the most amazing show I've ever done. Leading up to the show, I was so nervous about whether or not he's going to make it here on time, whether or not his flight's going to get. I was just so nervous that something was going to go wrong. And even when he first walked in the door, I was still like, oh my God, he's here. This is crazy. Because you got to remember, this was a guy who I actually watched when he had his own late night talk show. He was one of those guys that I stayed up every night to basically idolize. And just to be in his presence and talking about working on the Letterman show and writing the famous Soup Nazi episode of Seinfeld and doing his own show. It was just such a cool experience just to be able to sit there and just have him take some time out of his holidays just to come here and chat with me. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
It sounds like it's a lot of work. I think that some people who don't know the inner workings of putting a TV show together maybe don't understand all that goes into it behind the scenes. But I'm sure you must be doing a lot in between shows to try to get things ready so that come that day that you do your taping or you do your live show, everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, definitely. You know, booking a guest to the actual show, that may be a 2-month span. So 2 months before the show happens, I have somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing. And leading up to it, it just becomes, it's like a puzzle. It's like putting together a puzzle. The sooner it comes, the more and more pieces just get put together, and the smoother it just looks.
And what kind of crew do you usually have? What is the size of the crew? What are the different roles? And do you have people who have been with you the whole time?
Yeah, definitely. My brother Matthew is the director for the show. He's directed pretty much every episode. Tyler Nashry, he runs the audio board. He's been here for every single episode we've done here. We have 3 camera operators. Some of the best ones we got is Malcolm Zale. He's always a fun kid to hang around. He brings a lot of ideas to the show too, which is awesome having him here. My buddy Mike Jaleo runs camera all the time. He was actually with us when we first started the show in Milford High School. So that's how far back he dates. And then everyone else is just a shuffleboard of who's available, whether it's Michaela Hopkins or Joy Marcello or Justin Heber. They're just all great guys to work with, and it's just an awesome environment to put a show together with.
It's a fun show, and it's fun to see everything come together there in the end. And so now obviously you've got the 50th coming up here soon. What's been the process of putting this show together? Are you trying to make this one really stand out, be that memorable show?
Yeah, 50 shows is a huge milestone for any show. A lot of shows don't even make 50 shows, so when you get to that milestone, you have to celebrate it in a big way, I think. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're going live for 2 hours straight. We have like a huge array of guests coming out. We have Ray Ozier, Hoya Rivera, Joseph Puig, Shanna Jackman will be here performing, Mick Lawless will be here performing, Fez Williams will be here performing. We got stand-up comedy from Jerry Caruso and Jay Grove. We just finished editing a huge highlight reel for the show, basically showing the best moments from our 50 episode history. We're getting together a brand new intro that we're going to debut on that show. It's basically like a huge party on television, essentially. That's what this show is going to feel like.
That sounds great. And we're going to tease your highlight reel.
Yeah.
We're going to show some of that a little bit at the end of this interview. But again, it sounds like a great time. And for your live shows, you do it in front of a live studio audience, and I'm sure that you're hoping to have the biggest audience yet. So certainly everyone out there watching The Informer right now, you can tell them the particulars about when they can come by.
Yeah, the show's on August 22nd. You can be here at the studio around 7:45. Get a good seat in the audience, chill for a little bit. I'll come up before the show, say hi to everyone, chat with you for a little bit, and then you can just sit back and enjoy 2 hours of entertainment, hopefully. Hopefully it's entertainment, I don't know.
I have pretty high expectations. I think it's going to be a good time. So everyone definitely should check it out, either here in person, be a part of that live studio audience, give RJ that energy that he needs, or certainly tune in here on Milford TV. So it should be a lot of fun. The 50th show. Talk show with RJ Sheedy. So the first 50 down, and I'm sure the next 50 will be even better to come, or even where you go beyond eventually here at Milford TV. But it's been a lot of fun talking to you. It's been a lot of fun watching the progression of the show, and so good luck with number 50.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for having me on here today. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Talk Show. I am your host, TV's RJ Sheedy. Can I do a spit take before we start? Go ahead.
I've always wanted to do that, I'm sorry.
This one's not quite.
I see you. You should have let me done it. I would.
All right, go ahead. We'll see what the... Oh, there you go. Ladies, all I can tell you now is what you have to look forward to at the Worcester steak.
I needed a lot of...
Jesus, what are you doing?
Falling over.
This is a great show.
There we go.
What kind of crappy show is this?
Hey everybody, this is Tim Coet. Make sure you check out full episodes of The Milford Informer on Milford TV. New episodes air every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. and then re-air frequently over the course of the weekend. Milford TV can be found on Comcast Channel 8 and Verizon Channel 38. And if you live in the Milford area and have an idea for a news story, you can contact us at news@milfordtv.net.